No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, Swamp Swimmer, and today we have a special little video. We are doing a list review for the Sactown Smackdown in Sacramento, California this coming weekend. Just some business, just the usual, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that follow button on Twitch also, and all of our social media is in the description of this video below. But let's go ahead and introduce you to our distinguished panel for this list review. First of all, Mr. Sean Mooney, the TO, the organizer of this one-day event. Welcome to the channel.
Glad to be here.
And then other special guests from you're from the Sacramento area, right? Aren't you? Both of you? Or am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both here. Yeah.
Mr. Rick Levin, he has been he's been spotlighted on this channel before, but I wanted to give a quick shout out to Rick. He has started his own YouTube channel, which is it's super unique and super cool. I'm not seeing anyone else out there doing this. He's doing actual battle reports that are in narrative form. Super cool. His YouTube channel is called the Mightiest Pen. Link will be in the description below. Rick, welcome to the channel.
Thanks, glad to be here. Big fan of your videos, so
I'm a fan of yours. No one else is doing what you're doing. I think that's super cool. Anyone who's watching, please check that out. But we're not talking about Rick's channel today. We are talking about the Sactown Smackdown, which I love the name. That's a fantastic name. Which Sean is running here, and it's just a little one-day, 3-game tournament here in the Bay Area. I'm stoked to be a part of it and drive over there and have some fun. I don't think we really need any intro. Let's just get right into the lists. Vespasian will be joining us in a few minutes whenever he can get away from his regular life and join us. So let's are you guys cool just jumping right in the list? Do you have anything to say? Yeah.
I have a quick comment. You know, I have a screaming newborn in the other room, so if there's any baby screaming, I apologize ahead of time.
Very good. I'm just happy everyone's actually coming out to play. We organized this in like 3 weeks, so I'm happy it's happening.
Yeah, I think we got, what, 22 players? Is that the right number?
We have 21 players plus a ringer, which will be me. So we'll have a total of 20 lists. 2 people have not submitted their lists yet. And that's why we're actually not going to do pairings. We're just going to go through the list because of that.
Damn right. Just the lists. Well, before we get into lists, I mean, let's be real here. Are we throwing down any bets?
I bet that if me and Aaron Chom meet on the table, my list is going to eat some dragon meat. That's my bet.
You're giving away all the... Okay.
You know, yeah, I will say, I think Rick's list, just from the fact of everyone's bringing big monsters and everything, and you'll see his list later, he's positioned to do pretty well.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
I'm gonna throw out a bet. If I meet any of you on the table, including Aaron, if I win, you owe me a drink. That's what the rule is, I think.
Hey man, if we meet on the table, I'll buy you a drink just for the great content you put out on your channel. Absolutely.
All right, let's get into the list here. First up is Mr. Alan Martini, a great player from Santa Cruz area, playing the new KOE. So he's got the big character on the Pegasus Charger. He's got the double folk hero, which I think is unique. Adept on shamanism, knights, more knights, peg knights, and a green knight or a fade knight. So I have like a general idea of these new rules, but I am a little fuzzy. Sean, you did some research, right?
been reading up on it for the past hour, and we have 3 Equitane players, and I would like to give all you guys a shout out ahead of time. And thank you for your patience and explaining everyone to everyone in the tournament what your list does about 7 times in a row. So just want to thank you right now for that. But going through the list, this one right here, it's a lot of mobility. The feudal knights are your standard lance knights. The Equitane Lord on the Pegasus Charger is an absolute glass cannon. If it gets a charge, it's blowing through anything. I think it's doing like 7 strength 7 multi wounds on the charge.
Cool.
But it's only like E4 with 3 wounds, so a stray bolt thrower cannon can take it off.
It's true.
So that thing's terrifying.
But he's definitely going to put him in the Peg Knights. He's definitely going to put him in the Peg Knights.
The Fey Knight is the old Green Knight, and it's pretty cool. So the stream and springs, he can be deployed turn 1 in any river or water feature.
Wow.
So it just shows up somewhere and gets involved.
So
it shows up as ambushing.
Did you look up what happens if there's no water feature on the table?
It says that you just can't deploy them, which sounds terrible. So I'm gonna have to make sure that there's water feature on at least every table.
Yeah, that's worrisome.
That creates some imbalances, I would think.
So how many?
Just the fact that you have to have water on the table.
Yeah,
it's a little strange.
How many?
There's some things there.
How many Ordo tokens does he have? Not Orison tokens, not Ordo.
Quite a few. I think the General generates 1. The Damsel does. So he doesn't have very many to start with, but that's the pack of 8 feudal knights. They have 2 of the same banner, the Relic Shroud, which gives the Hereditary as a bound spell. So that unit has 2 instances of the bound Hereditary, which generates 2 of those tokens.
Interesting. That's a cool thing to note.
And the Knight Baronet is a champion and a standard bearer. And they also changed it so lance formation's always line, so they don't get rank bonus. So it's quite a bit different.
All right. So, but it's still the same idea. Knights trying to hit you hard. It's still a big bad lord on a peg.
The Fey Knight has a 1-up Aegis against melee attacks on the Fey Knight.
Really?
A 1-up Aegis against melee attacks on the Fey Knight.
I think it's +1 to Aegis.
Okay. All right. You're right. All right. You're right.
All right. So
okay, that's confusing. Sorry.
I think this one's pretty standard Equitane list where you got a bunch of knights running around looking to get a charge and just blow something up and not grind too much.
I agree with that. It's pretty straightforward. Let's move forward. So next is Breach in the Veil, which is Joel from the South Bay. He's the guy who has been on this channel a couple times with the crazy cultist army. Like, awesome. He's a great painter.
Oh,
but he's
this guy's paint.
Yeah, awesome. And Demons is his main army, so it looks like he's going back to Demons, which is cool. But he's got the Scourge and just a Harbinger. His go-to normally is the Scourge with the Sentinel. So he's changing things up. He's got 2 Harbingers, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so looking at the list, I think it's supposed to be a corn-themed list. So I think he's going with the thematic approach,
but
which is cool. I like it.
He's still got the Hope Harvester, the shooting Hope Harvester. The Eidolons are shooting, right?
Yeah.
They shoot magic too.
And the imps are shooting. So I know he likes. I know he likes his shooty demons, and this is. He's changing it up a little bit. He's got a Blazing Glory now. He's got that pack of 6 Brazen Beasts, which is tough. That's pretty brutal.
Also, this Burning Wheel guy, I think he can be a real pain. So he has Vanguard, and he moves 10, advance 10, or march 10. So he's not too quick, but he's flying and can charge really fast. So he can vanguard him out and get him into places. And I think he's like 4 or 5 strength 6 attacks.
That's interesting. It's basically like a.
So that guy.
It's like a Demon Legion cowboy.
Yeah, and he has a 4-up, 4-up. So he can get out there and bully some stuff and just kind of be a headache.
Interesting. I like this list because it's just the Scourge is such a demanding presence. You just have to. You have to deal with them.
Yeah. You either have an answer or you don't. He's got hard target as well, so.
Yeah.
Hard target, light flexes, and ignores divine. So he's a problem. Hope you have some cannons or something.
And he still has plenty. He really still has plenty of shooting. That Hope Harvester really pumps out the shots. I've been shot up by a Hope Harvester a few times.
That's the big one too, right? The Engine of Damnation. That's the big one. Yeah. It's a good list.
And he's got okay, yeah.
He's not. But
really, there's not a whole lot. There's really not a whole lot there except for the Scourge. For close combat wise, it's the Scourge, it's the Brazen Beasts, and the rest
Blazing
is
Glory.
Yeah, one Blazing Glory. I mean, interesting.
Myrmidons can trade out.
Yeah. But it's just blocks.
Get them in the right place.
It just blocks the 10. It's not that scary. Come on, it's just Myrmidons.
Yeah, just Myrmidons.
All right, let's move on here. Cary, who's he's an East Bay guy. He's a Sacramento guy. He's a great
Cary.
He's a great painter, by the way. His army at the North American Team Championships was awesome.
Yeah, he won Best Painted at the SoCal Joust with
really?
I think it was a demon. His demons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a great painter.
So he's running Warriors this time. This list is really interesting. Chosen Lord on a Wasteland Dragon with the Burning Portent. Just like, I don't care.
It's a good party.
950-point Chosen Lord.
That is
yeah.
awesome.
Well, that thing can throw down.
That thing can mess some people up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he's got a second Chosen Lord on a Karkadon, Kingslayer, and then the Dark Prelate. So he's got some magic, and then he has an Adept on Alchemy.
So he has 5 units and a dragon running around. This is like an army. This is an army where it will fit in a 12-inch by 12-inch square.
Yeah.
You deploy it on its display case or display tray.
This is pretty baller. I like this list. This is tough.
The 21 warriors with Great Weapon Wrath. That's a pretty scary unit.
Yeah, and the Zealot banner, so it goes double attacks from the second rank.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary unit.
And this is, I believe, he was going for a corn-themed army, so that's kind of cool. We have 2 armies in a row like that.
Yeah, it's cool. This is
he's definitely focused on.
This is a pretty baller list. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Burning Portent is so crazy, but I don't think I've ever really seen it on a dragon before.
I guess
definitely
people
unique.
didn't think it was necessary.
Definitely a unique list. Definitely really interested to see what this army looks like when we get there, because I think it's going to look pretty amazing. He's been working on it for a while.
And alchemy. Alchemy will go really well with this list.
Yeah, because you can get that dragon to 1-up, which is super helpful.
And rerolls to wound with Burning Portent.
Yeah.
True. That's good synergy there.
What does Idol of Spite do again? I always forget.
It's +1 strength, +1 attack, I believe, for 1 turn, 1-time use.
Jeez.
So
it's just
pumps him up to strength 6.
This guy's just a wreck face character. I love it.
Yeah, the one time you really need to fight, he just pops that thing and throws down.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, look,
hey, there
he
he is.
joined. Turn on your video there, Mr. Vespasian.
Yo,
Hey, buddy.
how we living?
Pretty good. Glad you can make it.
Living lavish.
Yeah. Awesome. How far in are we?
We're only on the 3rd list. Yeah, the 3rd list.
Okay.
We were just
The
talking
usual
about.
speed.
We were looking at Cary's chosen lord on a dragon with the burning portent.
Yeah.
Nine.
You sound excited about it.
Hold on, I'm pulling them up.
I actually think.
I don't know that I've ever seen that combination.
I know. I was just saying. I don't think I've ever seen that, but it's pretty awesome. It's just.
It could work.
It's just cannon fodder, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cannons are a big issue.
Oh,
A
good
gun
for him,
line.
'cause
Gunline is a big issue. But
Can the Karkadan Wrath guy join the Pride Knights, or can he just go in the Wrath guys? Is that restrictive? I can't ever remember that.
it's a good
I don't
question.
know.
Once
He's
upon
probably-
a time, I feel like it was, but
He's probably going in the Wrath unit, because if there's one thing I know about Cary, he's very particular about the theming, and his Wrath Lord will probably have a very similar theme to the Wrath Chosen Knights, whereas the Pride Chosen Knights will look different,
Yeah.
and it would be blasphemous for him to put the Wrath Lord in the other
You
unit.
definitely know who his champion, musician, and standard bearer is. There's no question.
yeah, okay.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah, I
here.
mean this is a cool list. Yeah,
I think it's cool.
I know I jumped in the middle. Go ahead.
So Mr. Darrell Grigsby, this guy has been playing dwarves for way too long, and he's finally going back to the Saurian Ancients, and I freaking love it.
Heck yeah.
He was
I bet-
tired that everyone was running away from the king.
Yeah, exactly. It's that gets to be a boring game. But I think the big note on this list is a div quaddle in a gigantic temple guard unit.
Mm-hmm.
He has 15 or 1,300 points of magic in this list.
And a lot of magic. That's a lot of magic. And he's got a lot of spells
Wow.
too, because the quaddle has 5 spells, and then he's got 2 adepts,
This
so
is
that's
like-
9 spells.
Yeah.
No, 10
And it-
with the Sun Tablet, right?
No, Sun
Tablet.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Sun Tablet just lets you pick from the 5-6 spells. Doesn't give you any more
Oh,
spells.
okay. Got it.
Oh no,
Okay.
he's on a palanquin, so
Oh,
he-
you're right.
He has a
He's
free
on a
spell.
palanquin.
It's 10 spells. Yeah, you're right.
10 spells.
Yeah. I
He's
played you
got-
often enough, Kenyon, to know that.
He's got a lot of choices. That's for sure.
He's just got a lot of fluff, 2 big blocks, one of which is like Temple Guard with a quaddle in it, like humongous block. And then like he's got 3 units of 5 Raptor Riders, which are like kind of striky, but
It's a cloud list.
yeah, it's Cloud
Right.
with a couple anvils and very small hammers.
And it will never ever fail the leadership test
No.
with rerollable 8, double cold-blooded because of the div.
Yep, it will literally never
Yeah.
run away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Flee, rally, shoot. Flee, rally, shoot.
Exactly.
That's pretty much it. He's got a bunch of stuff to trade out. Darrell's a really good player in the movement phase, and this list has all the tools to control the player's movement. So playing against him it really feels like you're just trying to push to the other side of the board, and all your movements kind of decided for you ahead of time.
I can agree with that. I think it'd be scary if he's having the right opponent with the div magic. With the 2 div missiles can be really good against the right opponents.
hmm
Like what's the 2d6 one? Jeez, I'm brain farting.
That demons list doesn't want to see this.
Exactly. If you
Oh,
get
probably-
into
probably
if you get into
the-
troll, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he has the big bricks that can grind. This army does not care about 10 Myrmidons at all.
All right, let's jump to the next list here. We've got Mr. the Infernal Zookeeper himself, Brumius, which is Alex over in Davis. He's been running his Sylvanels for a little while now, and he's really enjoying them. Let's see here. So his last army, he had a bunch of Forest Princes on horse. This is a little different.
It's very similar, though.
He's still got 2 of them.
Yeah, he's got 2 of them. He's got the Wizard on an Eagle.
And 2 Eagle King Eric characters.
I don't think he had the Thicket Beasts. The Thicket Beasts are new, I believe.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
So everything in this list is like guard move 18, and then he just has Thicket Beasts that are so difficult to move, just standing in front of wherever he needs to put pressure.
This is a very similar list to what he brought to the team tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I played him in round 1. This list is extremely annoying to play against as a combat army.
Aren't all Sylvanel lists annoying to play against?
Well, this one in particular, because everything's move 18, light troops with Vanguard, so he pretty much just puts his models where he feels like they should be, and it's very inconvenient for you.
Yeah, I agree.
And those Forest Prints,
I mean, he's gonna be,
if they get the charge off, delete anything.
I think I think he's got a good step up on the meta right now. As KOE Warriors, he can kind of dance around him, which is nice. But if he runs into a gun line, I think he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, he wants to fight a list that has 3 or 4 pieces. That's it.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to fight something that's a bunch of chariots and other things to trade out.
Yeah, like a dwarven handgun line would really be an issue for something like this.
No, nobody's excited about fighting a dwarf gun line.
Fair point.
yeah, true. Very true.
All right, moving on. Hammer. Ooh, who's this Hammer Hand?
Who's that?
Is that maybe?
Who's that?
Rick, go through your list for me. This is a very, very special list. Go, take it away.
All right.
Take it away.
I'll keep it short. Why bring 1 Alpha Carnosaur when you can bring 2? Henry Greep is really the one that inspired me to do this list. He's been talking about wanting to do a double alpha list for a while. So that's kind of all it is. It's 1,800 points of Alpha Carnosaurs. No wizard. They've got some bound spells.
Yeah, so you got
the usual
kind of 3 spells, right? You got the bound.
I've got 5 spells. I got 5 spells.
How do you have 5 spells? Oh,
With
you got the
Stygian
Stygian
Got
Shore.
that
You got the
Mystic
Stygian
Travis
Shore.
yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
You know, we're gonna give it a try. We'll see how it goes.
Magic. Yeah.
That's kind of where it's at. It'll eat monsters, and it's got some good stuff. I really like the Raptor Riders. I think they're a really good unit.
Yeah, me too. I agree. This is just like a. How do I describe it in the chat? It's like all gas, no brakes, just go.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
You're loading up on the, and you're just going, battering ram.
Yeah, so you got the heal with the Jade Staff, which is nice. You got the +1 to hit, which is always helpful. Crown of the Wizard King, which can be anything, and then 2 spells from Shamanism.
We'll see how it goes.
It's interesting. It's super interesting.
I think it will be a fun list to play. And
I agree.
That's kind of a consistent thing I'm seeing with all these lists. There's quite a few ones that are a little unorthodox and not entirely like min-max, but they all look like they'd be a lot of fun to play.
I don't know if this is fun to play against, but it's certainly fun to play.
Why not?
What lists are you liking so far for your list, Rick?
I would be happy to fight Cary's list because he's got a bunch of stuff that gets wrecked by multi-wound.
Yeah,
I don't know any. I don't know.
Important guy just
KOE.
tear up your alphas.
I have Starfall Shard. He gets messed up.
On one of them.
He tears up one of them.
Well, I'll make sure that that's the one that gets him. I'm faster than he is. That's the other problem. Is
Two of them, okay.
you got 9-inch charge. against that dragon, I think I can get him.
Yeah.
So all you need to do this tournament is try to get both those Connor Bros into one thing. That's the real.
The Scourge is always a problem. What do you do against that thing? I don't like that thing.
Kill it before it strikes.
Yeah.
With a double alpha, you could kill it before it swings.
Yeah. With both
two of them.
For sure.
Round is spicy.
Alright.
That's about it.
Moving on. I like that list a lot. Everyone thinks about doing the double alpha, but you did it, and I respect you for that.
Mm-hmm.
You pulled the trigger.
All right, second KOE list, new KOE list of the tournament. Joe Frith. Let's see here. Oh, he's doing the all on foot, foot army. Oh,
it's just a lot of bros.
So many. That's what, 5 big blocks. 2 of them have a reliquary in them. Oh, he's got 2 units of 5 outriders. Those guys are on foot. What a jip this is.
It's about 200 models.
It's 200. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Men are all good and nasty. They all have bastard swords, and they have a lot of static with the Knight, Baronet, Standard Bearer, and rings. And bastard swords, they give you parry, +1 strength, and they can be used as a spear or light lance in the first round of combat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it costs that +1 strength, so they're not strength 5 spears, but still, it's a bunch of strength 4 spears with 5, 6, 7 static, something like that. And the war platform gives fearless and fight an extra rank, so they're pretty nasty. You definitely want to think twice before barreling into those.
Yeah,
things.
this is just a tar pit army, in my opinion.
It is. It wants you to try to go in, and everything's a trap.
He's spent a lot of his magic phase too. I mean, he's got like druidism, divination, talisman, crystal ball. He's got what, 7 spells, 3 channels.
Yeah. So this Sacred Chalice is a really good item. Whenever you target that character or unit he is in, you gain a Veil token. So you're giving people Veil tokens if you try to target that unit a bunch of spells.
Interesting.
Is there a limit or
uncapped or?
I didn't see one. It was uncapped. So Pyro, that's going to be rough against them. And unlike the first KOE list, this one wants to grind. It's not interested in just getting a crazy charge and winning the game. It wants to get up in there and just hang out for a while.
I agree. I worry a little bit that it doesn't have enough punch to counter punch with, because that's what it wants to do. It wants to take a charge and then counter punch. But we'll see.
Yeah, it has a lot of ranks and a lot of static. So if it gets into your side, he's going to be up like 6, 7, points just at the start of battle before any wounds go. And those 2 characters can hurt.
Yeah.
Interesting list,
Joe. I love how themey. I love how themey it is. It's the old school peasant list. I like it.
Yeah.
Man, we got some fun lists coming out to this tournament.
They are.
Indeed.
John Lehman.
Definitely outside.
Yeah. Another army change.
He's normally a UD guy, but looking at the ogres, I know he does have an ogre army. He plays ogres every once in a while. Bruisers, Tribesmen, Merc Vets, Tusker Cav, Thunder Cabin, Frost Mammoth, Slave Giant. It's a very standard ogre list in my opinion.
Well, he went with the Adept with the 5 spells, which I actually think is an interesting budget option for them. Adds a lot of range damage.
I played against him with this list, and for 400 points, that's a great magic phase for 400 points.
Yeah, for sure.
And Flaming Swords is it works in both phases of the game when he's trying to shoot you off early and in combat. So it's 5 spells, but he has 3 relevant spells in each phase of the game.
Yeah.
How does he get to 5 spells?
It's a good.
He's 2 spells base, right? Fire...
2 spells base: Firebrand, Rod of Battle, and Magical Airlift.
Oh, Rod of Battle. That's what I was missing. All right.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also to note, this is the first cannon I've seen so far, and then I think about it, there's only maybe 1 or 2 other cannons in the tournament.
Yeah, there's not too many. A lot of monsters. But he has Cagdi's Legacy too, so he's got, and a Great Weapon Giant. He's got lots of answers for monsters.
Yeah.
And the 6 Merc Vets with poison attacks and shooting.
I like the pack of 3 Tuskar. It's cheap and is enough to be a threat on a flank, and they just move fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuskars are a hard subject. Some ogre players love them and some hate them. It's kind of weird.
I'm pretty excited. He's got a really cool model for that Frost Mammoth. He basically converted one of these mammoths he had and added a bunch of armor onto it. It looks really cool.
Interesting, John. I like it. Let's move on and see what else he's facing. Luke Smash is Luke Elder from here in San Francisco. And look, another Shaman Pyromancy Firebrand. Oh, he's a master with the Firebrand.
Yeah.
So he's got the 5 pyro spells.
These lists are pretty similar.
Yeah, really close. But he likes his King Eaters. There's 2 King Eaters and 2 Tigers.
Yeah.
But minus.
So he's
minus
lost the giant, basically. Yeah. And he didn't put plate on the Merc Vets, which I think is a mistake. The plate is huge in so many matchups.
Yeah, it does protect them from light shooting.
Yeah, really well.
So does Luke normally play Cons?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another cannon.
There's cannon number 2.
Gee, I wonder how much list variation you see here. Huh. They're
these are 2 pretty
the same.
They're very similar.
pretty standard.
Out of the 2 lists, I think I like this list more because I think those King Eaters are really like a screwball. Like they mess up people's plans.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone,
although we haven't seen a lot of gun lines that like the kind of things that would hate them yet. We'll see. They won't do anything against like Joe's list, for example. I don't think.
Yeah, true. Good point.
They're not going to do much. That's for sure.
All right, Luke. I like the list.
Or this next one.
I like the list.
Yeah.
Micah, Warriors of the Dark Gods. Double Sorcerer, Doom Lord, Barb Chief. 10 Chosen. Ooh. With Greed.
I think this is almost the same list he brought to. He swapped something out for the Chosen.
Yeah.
But it's a nasty list. Greed makes it very versatile.
This is really similar to what he brought to Joust too. It's got a great magic phase, lots of hitty elements, lots of stuff that you don't necessarily want to fight with everything in your army. And like the Doomstar is just, it's tough on a lot of objectives, like hold, spoils, all that kind of stuff. It's a good list.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised he went with Warriors because he's been playing a lot of Dread Elves, Ladies' Night, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, his Ladies' Night list, yeah.
I thought he was good.
Same. Yeah.
The changes to the Miss Leviathan changed that quite a bit, I think.
Okay.
But 2 things I want to point out in this list, they're minor, that I really like are the Crystal Ball on the Behemoth Chief. It's really annoying, and it gives him some extra value when he's just hanging out on a flank. And Kingslayer on the Doom Lord.
That is unique.
That can change some. That can change some matchups. Having Kingslayer on him there.
Yeah.
I really think Kingslayer's underutilized because that setup, they're just trying to be a brick and they're trying to bust someone else's brick, and there's a bunch of characters in those armies, so I think that's a really good matchup selection there.
Yeah, it's a good
for the
meta pick. The Kingslayer magic item is just not picked very often, but with these crazy character builds that are coming out, it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
I mean, look at
that thing's just thing.
The one above. You can what that does to the matchup with the brick that has the great count in it, right? Because then maybe the do more just one shots him, and then that changes that matchup a lot, right?
Yeah, was that 3 attacks at +3 strength, +3 AP?
Yeah. Threes by 2s.
8 strength 9 attacks or something.
Pretty heinous.
Jeez. Yeah, I think this is a great, and Micah's a great player, so this is a good list. I like this list a lot. All right, moving on. Rex, the guy who who's coming back into the scene. So we have a WhatsApp channel for people in San Francisco and the South Bay. And Rex joined the channel, and all of a sudden that channel just blew up. Everyone's talking. I turn away, and then I look back at my WhatsApp, and it's wow, 75 messages. What the heck happened? Rex is killing it, so I'm excited. I've never played Rex before. I've talked to him a handful of times. This is exciting. But he is the 3rd KOE player. He's got the Hippogriff. Hippogriff with honor.
Yeah.
What is Divine Judgment? Is it the D3 +1 on the charge?
So it's +1 strength, +1 AP Divine. So I'll just say what this guy does. He does similar to the other one. He's on the charge, 7, strength 7, lightning reflex, multi-wound attacks. And Paladin makes him Divine. So the other guy doesn't have Divine. This is the build. I don't think it's going to make out of beta. But the rest of the book's actually really solid. I like it a lot. But this guy is terrifying. He's not too, I believe he's a 2-up, 5-up. He is fearless, so if he takes a long charge and fails it, you countercharge him, and none of the synergies are really there. So he needs the charge to be scary.
Yeah. So man, he's got a. Oh, you can't give him a charge, and you got to give him a long charge and pray to God he rolls low.
Pretty much, and it's a good thing. I mean, this guy's gonna have a great time because there's not a lot of cannons or bolt throwers about.
Yeah.
7 attacks, man. That's ridiculous.
Pretty foul. Yeah.
What's the mount? Destroyer? What mount is that?
Destria.
So that's a
horse.
It's just it's a strength 4 AP 0 horse with heavy barding, so 2. I like that you can have the Bastard Sword with Tristan's Resolve. That gets him to strength 6 AP 2, and Tristan Resolve is an amazing weapon. Just turns off someone else's weapon enchant.
Eesh.
So, and then he's got the 2 Scorpions. Yeah, he has a bit of a tar pit too, with the Lowborns and the War Platform. And then 2 Night Bus. The Knights of the Quest, I believe, have Bastard Swords, and they can select 1 unit to re-roll wounds against.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guys, I believe they're the Grail Knights. Used to be the Grail Knights.
The Resplendent. They're the ones that are really strong on the charge.
Yeah, they have lances. They get +1 attack on the charge, and lance formation allows people to make 2 supporting attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is the KOE list of if it gets the charge, it blows through something. It doesn't really want to grind, but it does have 1 tar pit.
Double Scorpion. It's a good list.
Yep, it's a solid list.
I'm just scared of that Hippogriff. That's all I know.
Yeah, that thing is
pretty ridiculous.
It's terrifying.
All right.
Yeah, that's the build. That's a build that takes 5 minutes to find out because you go through and just click the checkbox on everything that's available, and there's no restrictions. And you're like, oh, I can put all this together, and it's a terrifying man. That's, you know.
I mean, the one defense to that is put your characters in units with champions. So if he charges in solo, you challenge him out first round, and then you beat him up.
Yeah, then he's not that scary. He wants to dance on a flank. That's what that guy wants to do. He wants to get out there and play the arc game and hop over people and just terrify you.
So he's a 2-up, 5-up? Is
Yes.
that what you said? But he can
2-up,
come back
5-up.
with 1 wound, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to 3-up.
T5.
Is that T5? Okay.
4 wounds, T5, 2-up, 5-up. You can probably burn a token to get him to a 4-up. I'm not entirely sure about how all the Equitane stuff combos together.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, seems like a good build.
It's gonna take a while to
don't
learn
learn
these. I'm just gonna be like,
don't invest
wait.
too much time in it, Rick. 'Cause it'll
Yeah,
change things.
I'm just gonna be like, what? Wait, he what? He comes back to life? What? So he's a
Yeah.
phoenix.
As I said at the beginning of this, thank you all the Equitane players for your patience, because you're going to have this conversation a few times throughout the tournament.
What does this do? Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Sean Mooney.
I'll go through it. This is
officially
my,
the ringer list. This is the ringer list.
So this is my super fun time ringer list. I wanted to make a list that was quick to play and just kind of fun, and wanted to try out a couple ideas that I thought would be cool. And for what it is, I actually think it would be a very fun list to play. You got 3 Cyclops running around, you got 2 Beast Giants running around, 2 big old pits of Mongol horde to just push forward, a death ball of Minotaurs, and some chariots. So it's not a complex list, but I think it'll be fun. Terror check, monster mash.
But you know, the double greater totem bearer, I think, is a really interesting magic build.
I've been wanting to try it. Understandably, a unit can only have 1 totem on them per turn, because each of those totems are amazing.
And you can only cast
but
each of the totems twice a turn.
But it's dwarf magic, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to get at least 1 up that I want.
Yeah, yeah, because
So I think it'll be a fun list.
It's effective. It's effective.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's really
You
cool.
get 1 spell, maybe 2 a turn, but you get it every turn,
Yes, exactly.
which is
gotta get the
reliable.
one
Sometimes you get screwed, you know, so
Yeah.
it's predictable.
Yeah, I've definitely done that. I've definitely thrown the 2 dice bounce spell on a 4, and then they roll 2 dice at it and roll a 1, a 2, or a 3,
Couple
and
ones.
it's just like, oh, that swung the magic phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. My plan with this is to put 3 dice down once, put 3 dice down twice, and then get my consolation prize.
Yep. And really, you're either in combat or you're trying to get to combat, right? So if you're trying to get to combat, you throw double Blackwing Totem, and then if neither of those go through, then you throw double Clouded Eye. And then
I think it works.
And then when you get to combat, you're throwing double Blackwing to go agility high. You're doing double Blooded Horn, or you're doing double Gnarled Hide. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad combo. I think it's really interesting, and it frees up points to just go and do guys who can kick butt in combat.
And it's 107 points for that magic phase.
Yeah,
which is the real deal.
I think the big story of this list is triple Cyclops against all this KOE Aegis saves with Divine Attack.
That's a fantastic point.
So I will say this before people say anything. I submitted this list before I looked at anything, and it was one of the first lists that went in. So I didn't go through and pick everyone's list. I also intentionally did not bring the Middle Warlord because he has no business being in a ringer list on bottom table. That thing's just... it's pretty terrifying.
Do you have any rules for people playing the ringer? Like some people do, like you can't score less than 10 points against the ringer. Do you have any rules like that?
I like the less than 10 points. I need to think about if I want to do that for round 1, but this is a 3-game tournament, so it'll probably be you can't score less than 10 points.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Can't just get slaughtered by triple Psychor.
By the damn raider.
Yeah, that'd be very unfortunate.
All right, moving on. Mr. Steve Montalvo, his beautiful OnG army. Got the big bag Gargantula with the what is he on?
Witch Doctor on it.
Witch Doctor on it.
Witchcraft. Wow.
Oh my god.
That's
970 points.
Wow.
Steve.
Wow.
I love it.
I think that's awesome. And then he's got the
It
general,
is, for sure.
General on foot. Goblin
Hard to
Cowboy. And then some blocks, some more blocks, some raiders, 2 chariots, and the Great Green Idol.
Yep.
This is a weird
It's
list.
basically-
It's a weird list.
It is a weird.
I love it.
It's not bad. I mean, those Iron Orcs is enough to still be stubborn after a fight. That Orc Warlord can absolutely throw down, especially comboed with Mickey Knock. And you have a bunch of stuff that's kind of get in the way and control movement with a lot of Goblin Riders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that Goblin King can be super annoying. It flies. I think it's a re-rollable 1-up with a Ghost Guard. And the Cave Nasher does like 3 strength 6 attacks, and the Goblin King does 4 strength 6.
Yeah,
so if you get the right matchup, it can definitely not slap around a unit.
It's a good cowboy. It's a great cowboy, actually.
I'd be interested to hear his reasoning in taking the common orc Ed Bashers with spears over the feral ones with the paired weapons. I think they're just significantly more effective.
The feral guys are like
They're
7
expensive.
more points per model, and the paired weapons is, I think, as much as spears.
Yeah, it's just that unit would be so much more expensive, I think, if that was the case, but
Get less guys.
Yeah, 32 orcs.
And the Shining Dim there, the Shady gets. So each of those guys count as a champion, and I think they have like 3 lightning reflex attacks. They might have lethal strike, but that's whatever, because it's a brick of 30 goblins with 3 champions in there. So if you put Cowboy into it, you're just gonna get camped out over and over again.
Yeah, and he's just got to protect his Witch Doctor on the Gargantula. He's got to protect it.
Yeah, I'm really curious what that thing's gonna look like.
Yeah, I've never seen.
I hope it looks cool. I bet it's gonna look cool.
Yeah, oh yeah. General note to the audience: Steve is a fantastic painter and modeler. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to my army, but man, his OnG army is really, really, really awesome looking.
I'm pretty sure Steve has painted something for everyone on this call.
True.
The tournament might just be an expedition of his wares and goods.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving on. Trashik is Derek.
Derek, yeah.
Empire, double Prelate, 2 big blocks of infantry, more infantry, a 32-man Imperial Guard unit, Knights of the Sun Griffin, volley gun steam tank.
So
it's a lot of magic.
Yeah, a ton of magic, infantry heavy. It's built around the like 2 big immovable blocks, essentially. You got lots of MR sort of throughout. An intense magic base.
Yeah, so he's a master. Yeah. He's a master in cosmology and an apprentice on divination. So he just shows know thy enemy. Or he could.
But he gives the shield.
Yeah,
because he's on the Arcane Engine. Is that the one that has perception? He's got double perception, or is it
perception?
Distracting.
Yeah.
Distracting Aura, Perception Strength, and then the Prelates have 3 bounce spells each.
Yeah.
Right.
And the state militia are unbelievable.
They are.
They have all.
They are.
I mean,
a lot
every
of value.
weapon. Yeah. The pistols that run up and just absolutely murder your army. It's like a deceptive amount of shooting, I think.
It's just the
I like to imagine the state they just drop their gun to the ground and grab another one off the back. Is that one?
Yeah,
I imagine
exactly.
more of
Rambo
like
style.
they're like the freaking the vagrants of the town that like the military just hands them pistols and they like just walk up in the middle of the battlefield and close their eyes and shoot their pistol like.
Go a bag of guns and like go have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think it's a cool list. He's got a lot of plays. He's got the locket. He's got some fun stuff in here. It should be an interesting list for some of these other ones to deal with. He's got a tank. Always good.
Yeah, Derek's a good player. He's a great opponent.
Yeah,
he has so much synergy to turn. I love the great weapons on that Imperial Guard, but he has so much synergy to turn either of those big units into something that can really fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think those Sun Griffin Knights are really they synergize well with a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
People don't use them, people don't love them, but I think they're amazing. They're just really good.
They are. I think they're just going to sit there and scare you and say, don't charge in. If you charge in, you're going to get some of this.
That's the thing. I think they can scare you with a charge, and they're one of the unique units that they can be an anvil and a hammer, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got like a 3-up or 2-up, and they'll stick around.
All right. Moving on, Vespasian. First Highborn Elf list of the tournament.
Only.
Please, the floor is yours, sir. Tell me what you were thinking.
This is my definition of a fun list, and then it looks like I showed up with a knife to a gunfight. No, it's a dragon list. It's fun. It's got a Wizard Master, Order of the Fiery Heart on a dragon is the general, and then a Adept Alchemy on a young dragon, also Order of the Fiery Heart, and then Commander, Nova Flare, and then big unit Spears, couple of Highborn Lancers and Reavers running around, big unit Lion Guard, and then 2 huge units of Grey Watchers, which you've never seen anybody take.
Yeah.
And basically the theme is like a number of the things in here all got cheaper. Spears, Grey Watchers, the Young Dragon. And they changed this list, I guess, technically would have been illegal before because it would have exceeded the Ancient Allies limit. So the new scheme allowed this. So thought I'd test it out.
I like it.
I mean, just 3 not big monsters, but 3 baby monsters running around shooting fire at people and then getting into combat and doing pretty damn well. Nothing wrong with this list, in my opinion.
Yeah, that commander. The commander with the Nova Flare is also not a joke. That guy can put a hurting out.
Yeah.
Divine attacks.
Lethal, and like the alchemy reroll is pretty interesting with that too, because then you can like work on proccing the lethals, which is cool. But yeah, I think it's a fun list. I'm excited to try the Grey Watchers out. I think they're pretty neat, especially against some of these like shooting lists. They can be pretty debilitating. It's super mobile. I think. Like you've got a couple of big infantry bricks to try to take objectives, but like otherwise everything moves really fast laterally, which is cool.
And Grey Watchers do a debuff where it's -1 to hit.
Yeah. And shooting
and with the paired weapons, 20 attacks that require all resilience checks. So like even Res 6 monsters aren't going to want to get that in the flank if they're fighting something good in the front.
Mm-hmm. I like that, and that's pretty cheap for 10 of them.
Yeah, they're like for high elves, they're almost chaff price, even with 10.
Yeah, might be the cheapest elf I've ever seen.
Yeah, there you go. And one of them scouts. How fun is that? Come on, it's like a Sylvan elf list. Come on.
Very cool list.
I like it.
Yeah, it should be fun. It's a one day, you know. Should be a fun one.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Pyro should be pretty good in some of these matchups. Like,
yeah,
as we go along.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Bretonian peasant list.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that guy can cast all the fire spells into combat, right?
Yeah.
So I think that he should average somewhere in the neighborhood of like 5 to 6 d6 extra damage on top of the stomp and his attacks.
Wow,
it's pretty strong. Yeah, he can like burn through infantry units in a turn, in theory.
In theory.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got Mr. Josh Gurin on the Warriors again with the Feldreg Ancestor.
He loves that thing.
He does love that thing. And
this is his favorite list.
And he's got the Doom Lord, a Doom Lord General on a Wasteland Behemoth with the Burning Portent. Such a unique combination. Sorcerer,
he's got the Sorcerer Master running around. Yeah.
Warriors, Barb Horseman, 9 Chosen, Feldreg Elder, Knights, Warhounds.
So I think he's been playing this list for about a year now. The major change is putting in 5 Warrior Knights, which I think is a good touch.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Do they have shields? Do they come with shields automatically? I can't remember.
Probably.
Maybe? I don't know.
So they're probably a 1-up.
I think they can get to a 1-up.
Yeah, they're 1-ups from range, I believe.
Okay.
Pull that up really fast.
Either way, I mean, at 350 points, he's probably pretty tight on points as it is to give him shields either way. 2-up with great weapons and Wrath is still pretty rad.
And it's another champion for his character heavy list.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is his trademark list.
The Josh Gurin.
Warrior Knights come with shields, so they're 1-ups against range, 2-up in combat.
Yeah.
Again, just another kind of beat stick warrior list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like we lost Aaron, but that's okay.
Oh no, I'm still here. I just lost video.
Okay, no worries. I don't know what to say about this list. It's just kind of okay. So it's a warrior stompy list. Like, let's just go fight.
Yeah, it's a hitty, blasty warrior list that has a couple of bricks that you don't want to go into and lots of monsters.
Yeah. How much success has he had with the Doom Lord on the Behemoth with the Burning Portent? I know he ran that last tournament.
Imagine that thing getting into a unit of those ogres.
Oh, jeez.
Oof, yeah.
I mean,
I think he's had good success with it. I think he's just had some target priority issues, and that could also be because he doesn't have very many playable units, or not playable units, but not very many units to play with. So, if someone throws, this army is very susceptible to chaff, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Everything's 500, 600, 700 points, so you can't really dedicate anything to kill a 100-point eagle that's in front of you.
Yeah, true.
I wonder how often that sorcerer dies. Do you think it's every game?
Half the time it's probably from his 5 times.
Isn't he like a 4-up or something like that?
He's
res 4.
I believe
you got rid of him.
Yeah, 4-up.
He's got one. I guess he's got now with the Warrior Knights. He's got 2 units to go into.
So he sticks it in the Barb Horseman and uses it as kind of like a bunker.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's actually pretty good at positioning with the sorcerer because he's been playing this list for so long.
He's got lots of mobile mountains, I suppose, that he can hide behind.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
true.
And it really
and occultism doesn't need. Yeah, fair enough. And he's got good ranges because of Veilwalker. So yeah, I think it's a cool list. Smashy.
Smashy.
Good luck, Josh.
All right, moving on here.
Look who it is.
Oh, look who it is. So first off, this is I'm running Beast Herds. I've got the Minnow Warlord. This is very close to some other lists I've run, but the main reason I'm running it like this is because Steve is painting my new Beast Herds army. Yay! He actually just sent me some preview images of where he's at, and it's gonna be so cool. I can't freaking wait. But when he initially said what should I start on, I just sent him my old list, so that's what he started on. So that's why I'm running this. But I think it's still gonna be a good list. It's the kind of things I added into my old list were the Minnow Warlord.
It's fully painted.
It's gonna be fully painted.
Awesome. That's great.
Or at least that's what Steve's
Very
promises.
All right. Go Steve.
I'm trying out the Minnow Warlord with the 2 crowns, the Crown of Attacker, Crown of Horns, because they make each other better, which I think is great. 15-inch bubble, and then everyone in that bubble is automatically passing reroll to hit, which is freaking sweet.
How's that work? Does he just put 1 crown on each horn and just kind of like?
Yeah, he just kind of like twirls them like.
Let it dangle around. Yeah.
Honestly, I wish you could have 3 crowns.
That's our wish for you, Kenyon.
Oh boy. And the other thing I really did was on the big blocks, I put Blood and Horn Totem on them so I can double up Blood and Horn Totem, because I'm assuming I'm facing KOE and Warriors of the Dark Gods, which is pretty much true. So I need that extra AP.
And your BSB has got a different build, right, than before?
Yeah, very different.
Mithril and
he's got the
weapons.
2-up armor save and then Titanic Might.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because strength 8 at agility it's terrifying.
Yeah. Extra attacks to do battle focus. I think that's great.
Yeah, and it might be low AP, but if you get twice as many wounds through, then that kind of balances out the 5-up save.
Yeah, and you got lots of ways to, like, you can give him Spectral, you can give him your Blooded Horn Totem. You got lots of ways to give him AP, so.
Yeah.
Like that guy with Blooded Horn Totem off on him is awesome, right?
Ugh.
Yeah, I think that's
Actually,
a
I
solid
like
list.
that.
And I took advantage of the points going down for Wizard Apprentices, so I have double Wizard Apprentice and then totems. So I don't know how that's going to work. It was already pretty tight when I was running in 1 Apprentice and 1 Adept, so we'll see how it goes. I wanted to try that out. Yeah, and then the usual... What?
Gridlock yourself thinking about the totems too much.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my list. It's fun, it fights, it's got some chaff. I love this list always comes down to my like theory about Beast Herds is they're already naturally really good at hitting the opponent, especially with paired weapons. So then all of the magic should go toward wounding and getting through armor.
I like that theory. It makes a lot of sense.
So whenever I can, I choose paired weapons and then boosted Spectral Blades, Awaken the Beasts, Blood and Horn Totem, all the way.
Yeah.
And I think those
no ambush.
No ambush though. You're right. No ambush. I like the big block the
I
wild
think
armor,
those
so
minnow-
we'll see. Say again?
I think those minnow darts are going to pay dividends.
Yeah, in this
because there's a lot of monsters. They can just stand in front of a monster because it's a gambling game. Saying if you swing first, can you take off 2 bases? Because if you can't, that's enough great weapon attacks to kill you.
Yep, it's can you do 6 wounds? If you can't, I'm swinging back and like got a chance of killing you.
Yeah, very good chance.
Yeah, and if it's a mounted character, like those are a huge problem for the Carnosaur because I can't swing past a champion.
Yeah, so like, in that situation, you literally can't do 6 wounds, so I just feed you my champion and then hit you with 6 strength, 7 attacks.
Yeah, big
It
problem.
might be by agility step. I'm not sure how that works.
Oh, so
like the
that's a good point. That's a good point.
The guy on top has to kill him. Has to kill him though, otherwise.
Right, as long as he's alive, he has to attack. I'll probably look into that because it'll probably come up.
Just get it ready. I'll be there. Don't worry.
You didn't have the giants in your zoo list, right? Those are a new addition.
No, they were there too. I like the upper tree because
Okay.
again, they're naturally really good at hitting, and then the rest I could work with. Like, you know, if he goes into armor, then I throw on the blooded horn or the spectral blades. But if he goes into rank and file zombies, I'm just crushing them. You know,
just smacking them.
Yeah.
They're great against infantry.
Yeah, and
Really
also
awesome.
they're my second line chaff. Once the gargoyles go down, then the giants get to work.
And giants want to punch down anyway. They're not interested in getting an elite fight.
You know, I like against like a regular sized monster, I want to throw a giant in because I'm auto hitting strength 6 on the AP 1 on the charge.
That's not bad.
And then I get 1 buff up on him, like any of those buffs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway.
All right, I think we should move on.
Moving on. We can talk about my list the whole time. Don't worry about it. All right, this is
Luke.
Luke. Good old classic Story Nation player running the Alpha Carnosaur with a Quaddle on Alchemy and a Priest on Druidism. Block X7 came in there and double Tarasaur.
This is such.
I think this is it's you got 3 big monsters, a big old brick of Cayman, and it's what lizards want to be. It's a fun list.
The only feedback I was gonna comment on this list, and maybe Luke has a reasoning here. Maybe it's because he wants to be able to use his priest as chaff. But if you put the staff on him, then you get the throne up on the priest, and then you get the +1 from the jade staff as a bounce spell.
It works even if it's on another person. As long as the throne is up on one person, all other druidism spells, including the jade staff bounce spell, I checked this specifically, get the bonus.
That was
well, there you go.
And that was the change in the most recent update a little while ago, when they changed the druidism rules. Previously, that wasn't true, but it is true now.
That's good to know.
For some unfortunate reason, how the book's designed, that Quaddle Lord is going to have to stand in front.
I'll be right back.
Of those Saurian warriors.
Yeah.
He's not worried about that because he's just going to most likely have his Quaddle Lord hanging off the side of the unit of the 16 Skink Braves. And then if he starts to get in trouble, he just runs away.
That's going to be his little bunker. Yeah. Interesting thing is Master of Reality. You don't see it very often. But
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I like it a lot too.
Previous to the point change, you didn't see it very often. You saw Grasp of the Immortal most of the time, but Master Reality, it's good. With the point change, it's a really legitimate option now.
He's going to be up 4 magic dice every phase.
Yep.
Because
he channels 1, 2, 2.
Just 1. I think he only channels 1.
Only channels 1.
Yeah, but that's neat.
Yeah, but
you convert 2 to 1 on the Veil tokens.
Yeah. So
if you draw like pretty much a 3 card or higher, you're up 3 or 4 dice.
Yep. A lot of magic, and he's got the engine of the ancients to be able to cast from at half range. Also got the ward save for his monsters. I mean, he's got the Alpha Carnosaur. I like this list a lot.
Yeah, I can see this list doing well. Yeah.
All
right.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Luke, do me proud. I like it.
a lot of one-up armor save alchemy.
Yeah. The Word of Iron synergizes really well with the Crocodile Warriors and then also the Caimans.
And the Taurosaurs and the Carnosaur.
It synergizes with everything well.
Yeah.
All right, Luke, do me proud. Soaring Ancients all the way. Anyway, moving on. We got the other Mr. Mooney. Running
Russell.
Empire. Let's see here. Knight Commander General. Inquisitor, I love it. He's got the Shield, Dustforce, and Hammer of Witches, Blessed Steel. Interesting.
So it's is it a rerollable 2-up? Or is it a 3-up?
Yeah, it's a 1-up because he's got the super heavy armor, a shield, and then mounted on a warhorse. So he's a 1-up rerollable, yeah.
Yeah, Empire gets 1-up characters just because.
A double adept with the heirloom, so he's rocking 5 spells. That's an interesting list. And there's a cannon. There's a double cannon.
Right.
Double cannon. He's got 10 Imperial Rangers, which it always amazes me how cheap those guys are for how good they are.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're high value. Yeah.
They're immune to terror. They get 2 shots each. They have lethal strike against beasts. They're pretty awesome.
They're gonna do well this game. Yeah. I mean, this tournament, because there's all those beasts running around, and you just get a couple lucky 6s in there, and then it's fantastic.
Yeah. And he's got giant anvil for Imperial Guard.
39 Imperial Guard.
Yeah, the Electoral Cav are kind of like grindy, but they could probably take a charge.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have the Knight Commander and a bunch of characters in there with them too, so they'll have the Inquisitor in there, most likely. Maybe the Artificer.
That Inquisitor's on a tiny base. If he shoots out and gets through some arcs and can start threatening like a mage bunker or something, you get a lot of value there.
Interesting.
I think this army's all about formation and not breaking formation and forcing the other player to make the difficult decisions.
Yeah, I agree. This is really a mixed arms list, but I think with the double cannon and the Artificer, these lists with big bad monsters in them are gonna have to come out. They're either gonna have to hide the whole game or come out and fight, and he's gonna start shooting you.
Yeah.
And then with the mixed arms list, he's got enough kind of counterpunch with the Electoral Cab and the Imperial Guard. I like this list. In this tournament, I like this list a lot.
Yeah, I think he'll do pretty well. As long as he keeps formation. If he tries to like break out and chase things down. But that's Empire in a nutshell.
Yeah. I agree.
The only thing I don't like about this list for Russell is that he has to roll dice to hit with those cannons. And I played a lot of games against Russell. I shouldn't say this, no caster curse here, but Russell has about a 70% misfire rate with artillery. I'm not even joking. But it won't happen this tournament. It's not going to happen this tournament because I said something. So he'll shoot my alphas off the table in turn 1, I'm sure.
Oh boy. Okay, let's move on here. Is it the last one? This is the last one. This is
last one.
Wow, I'm brain farting on his name again. I did this in the last list review. Travis Crumb.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yes.
Warriors of the Dark Gods, Doomlord General. Yeah, kind of a different build, but still good. Chosen Lord on a Karkadon. We're on our last list, Aaron.
Cool.
Travis, and he's got...
I was listening.
Is this the first unit of Feldrakes we've seen so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First unit.
Feldrakes just get bullied around here in Sacramento, apparently.
He's got five units of 5 fallen. What's the thought process there?
Chaff.
Chaff.
And counter
Fallen's
chaff.
great. Yeah, you put those Fallen to any other chaff and they'll win 150 points. Like
chaff clear, yeah.
Yeah, just get out there, start doing some things.
I believe they're scoring.
No, they're not. They're light troops. They're light troops, yeah.
Not true. Okay.
I do like the units of 10 warriors with no marks, because for 230 points for 10 warriors, I would like to see some command on them, but that's pretty good value.
Yeah,
he must
I agree.
just like, where is his core? I mean, he must just barely have any core in there.
Warriors.
Yeah,
It's the warriors and the fallen.
it just seems like, it just feels like he doesn't have it, because it's just such a different list compared to these other, you know, bricks of Chaos Warriors.
Here. He's got 6 scoring, so he's got the barbarians, 3 sets of fallen, 2 set of warriors that can trade out against the low tier stuff really well. He can just get in the way, and then he's got a big old grindy big brick of Fellshorn, Fell Drakes to get where they need to be, and Chosen Knights with the Entropic Aura, which I think Entropic Aura is just meant to be in a Chosen brick.
Where does his Sorcerer Lord though? Where does he go? Just in one of these units of 10 warriors?
Yeah, or
the
Fallen.
Or the fallen, yeah. Or the fallen.
I wish he had the Flaming Banner on
He's
the first
definitely
or on anything.
Yeah,
There's
Flaming
no
Banner.
flaming attacks in the entire army, and yet he's taken alchemy.
Yeah.
It's a really
Am I-
good
or
point.
am I missing something?
No.
No,
Uh,
Okay.
You could
Yeah.
definitely put some Wasteland torches on
Yeah, I
stuff.
was just gonna say that's a cheap way to get some flaming in there.
Yeah. And helpful.
I really love alchemy, as even without the flame synergy, even though it's really easy to get the fire synergy going.
Yeah. Well, it also would help them too, because aren't they strength 4? It would be like a perfect combination with them. It's almost like you
Right.
think the list was written for it, and then it's not there.
Rending
It does have a
instead.
lot of strength
Yeah.
out there, yeah.
But I think it's a good list. He's got a lot of board coverage, which is like not usual for a Warriors list. Like he takes up a lot of space, and he's got some several hitty bricks, and he doesn't have any monsters to get bullied around by some of these anti-monster things that people have been taking.
That's a very good point. I like that.
I think
Good luck,
Here's-
Travis.
it's a really good point though, Aaron. You just save your Dispel dice for Gloria Gold and
And the attributes wasted.
yeah.
I think the game changer in this list is the chosen, as you said, Rick, the chosen lord on foot with the entropic aura in the chosen. I'm sorry, not on foot. I mean on
sorcerer.
on the Karkadon. No. The chosen lord with entropic aura in the chosen knights. That's a scary unit, because you can't put some badass character into it. You can't, because all your items turn off.
The Bretonian Lord. Uh-oh.
Oh,
That would
wow.
be so depressing.
There's 2 of them too. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just shuts that down.
Anyone,
He's chosen as a character.
Travis. Oh wait, this is a good question for you guys. Is this the proper sportsmanship? If you are Travis and you play one of the KOE crazy characters, do you remind him of Entropic Aura?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you say
I
if
think
you have
that'd
any
be
questions about my
at the
list.
beginning. Yeah, at the beginning of that. There you go. I don't know. I mean, Aaron's a
think
gentleman,
he-
right? He'll always ask if you wanted to spell Oaken Throne,
Yeah.
but
you gotta
If
the bare minimum is you gotta remind him of Entropic Aura at the
You
beginning of
gotta
the game.
remind them.
Yeah.
I think so. At the beginning of the game, at least. Maybe
Yeah.
not when they're making the charge. Like, you don't want to talk them out of it.
Yeah,
If you wanna,
that's a good point. It's a good point.
unless you want to talk about it.
yeah.
All right, so we went through all the lists. Each of y'all, Aaron, I know you came in late, so maybe you didn't hear all the lists, but what list stands out for you? What list is like, ooh, this is going places? I mean, I'm gonna pick my list, but if you guys don't say anything, I think that big the combo that's not going to make it through alpha, the big Hippogriff KOE Lord, is scary as all hell.
Yeah,
it's gonna shell shock some people.
Gonna have some good matchups. You get some big 20s off that one model alone, and like potentially.
That would have been my
Especially
pick, but I think that's
having war machines.
I think that's unfair to pick that because it's just unfair to have 7 strength, 7 multi-wound D3 attack. That's just not fair. I'm gonna go
honorable mention for Cary with the Wasteland Dragon with the Burning Port in my book. Honorable mention. All right, continue.
Yeah, I agree.
So I really like Sean's ringer list, but I don't think we can say that.
No, you can't choose.
I was gonna.
Yeah, you can't choose ringer. I really like it though.
It's probably the best constructed list this tournament.
It's super cool. So I got to go with Russell Mooney's. I originally didn't like the Imperial Guard, but looking at it as the army as a whole, instead of just focusing on the fact they don't have great weapons, I think Russell's list is going to do well here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think both the Empire lists are going to do really well.
Yeah. I think it's the one.
I'm excited to see the
Yeah, I agree with that. It's got the double cannon. It's got the Inquisitor to do multi-wounds. I agree. Double cannons with the Artificer, yeah.
I don't want to fight it.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out to the last list that we went over. I can't remember his name. I think
Travis.
he did a good job. Travis, balancing out warriors, because a lot of times warriors get controlled by chaff and cheaper units and then get countercharged or combo charged. And I think he had a really cool idea with getting a lot of counterplay in place to be able to trade out against low tier stuff that's going to get in the way of his strong things. So I like that synergy, at least in concept.
All right. Aaron, what do you think?
I was going to say the ringer list.
Oh, come on.
I think it's going to be a fun list. I also want to make a list that would be fun for other people to play against. So I don't know. Hopefully people will enjoy it.
No, I'll pick Kenyon. The other Beast Herds list.
What?
Because you have the cheesy Minotaur Warlord that can kill anything in the game.
Yeah.
Solo.
You know what's really good at killing? Highborn Ancient Dragons.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think you're ready. It's your time.
Maybe
This
we'll
is your
see.
tournament, Kenyon.
And I think I'm gonna have the luck from the brand new painted army. It's gonna show through.
There you go. Your dice will favor you.
So I do have to ask, are the crowns modeled?
They are not. But his name is now officially 2 Crowns. That's his rapper name.
Got it.
Nice. I like that.
2 Crowns single-handedly wins the tournament.
No, he's a good talent. He's down to party anytime you want.
Yeah, you can't be like too aggressive with them. I've tried. Yeah. You can't keep on throwing them into stuff, and you just walk away A-okay, and it's.
I've thrown him into
situations. Does he kill the alpha? Does he one-shot the alpha?
Oh yeah,
yeah, he does for sure, right?
100%.
What?
He one-shot.
I think the one time we did that fight, I rolled I just Yahtzeed them with 6s. It was really bad.
I don't even get to swing.
Yeah, see, that's nonsense. Pure nonsense.
The Equitane Lords can definitely take him out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
The Thirster, that's a 50-50.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how he does. Well, thank you for the vote, fellow YouTube channel creator person. I appreciate it.
Glory Golden State Gaming has to stick together. I appreciate you not giving me your vote. I really appreciate that. Thanks.
You know, okay, I didn't pick you, but I'm not gonna lie. The triple dragon list, you're gonna have the maneuverability over people for sure. I think you're gonna do well. I think you're gonna do well. Don't worry.
Sylvanov list.
The Sylvanov Highborn list.
3 dragons.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
the ancient dragons scary, but you hardly ever need that much like beef in one spot. So having that spread across 3 dragons, I think, will give a lot of value.
Exactly, and those dragons are no joke. They're no pushovers. Like, you know, like
dragon.
It's a freaking dragon.
They're no miniature warlord though. Let's be real.
They're no 2 crowns. They're no 2 crowns, but they're okay.
They're more expensive, but they're not nearly as good. They're just better at running away.
Yeah.
All right. I think we made it through all the lists. This is going to be a good time. We're going to have a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. You have officially closed.
Thanks for putting it on.
Yeah. Sean, you've officially closed registration. Like, you're not accepting more people, right?
So it's an open tournament. So anyone that signed up directly through the game store, I'm gonna have to figure that out the day of. But other than that, it's pretty much closed.
Okay, cool.
The group of people that we communicated are probably going to watch this. If we get a few randoms, I'm all for that. I'm excited for it. I do want to remind everyone that they got to call Great Escape Games and pay. It's $35, and the information is in the new recruit tournament information.
Okay,
section.
yeah, that's a good point. I have not done that, and I remembered to do that. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for running it, Sean. I'm gonna be there having a good time. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please go over to the Mightiest Pen YouTube channel, Rick Levin, doing some great narrative battle reports. I'm down for it. But we will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.
Later, guys.
Have a good one.